So I've been meaning to replace the lifters in my Jeep for a while, and I had already ordered them a while back, but I just hadn't got around to it. But I'm getting ready to sell it, and I figured, might as well replace some of these lifters, right? So I went ahead and replaced the lifters. Now the Jeep is running a little bit rough. And I think that's due to some clogged catalytic converters that are causing excess back pressure on the system. And it's a little bit sluggish when you're driving around. But I'm not going to be replacing the cats because I'm getting ready to sell it, and I'm not going to be able to get much for this. But I already have the lifters, so I went ahead and replaced them. Now there's a tool that I had bought that compresses the springs when you're using a wrench on it. And then that lets you pull the rocker arm out. And I use that tool for several of these lifters here. But it was a little bit difficult to use, and I found another technique that some other people are doing. And towards the end there, I wound up using that, and that's just a bent wrench, and you can just pop out the lifters using that, and then you can just pop them back in, either by hand or by using a screwdriver or a pry bar. Just give it a little bit of a nudge there, Now you can only take off the lifters that aren't compressed, so about a half or 2/3 of them you could take off when you first take the cover off, and then you got to bump the engine over a little bit to decompress the other lifters so that you can take them out. Now here I am, I'm bumping the engine over just by using the ignition. And you got to be really careful when you're doing this, because if you go too long on that, the starter will actually start the engine, And you're going to have quite a bit of a mess there, because you're going to be pumping out oil and everything with that cover off. Yeah, it's not going to be good. So once I got all them lifters swapped out, went ahead and put the valve cover on and reconnected the electronics and got the air intake system back on.